My name is Francisco Govea, and I am a San Jose State student majoring in graphic design. I started here at Belm Designs as a multimedia specialist / graphic designer, and I was handed a brief by President Mark Bell, and he gave me the chance to work with a customizable vinyl character named Munny. We came up with this urban character here, and his name is Montannon. We knew we wanted to go with Mo Munny because it was a catchy name. We needed to come up with the long version of Mo, and thinking back to the cartoons, Tiny Toon Adventures, and this guy was named Montana, and was a pretty wealthy character, had a lot of money, and I thought it fit pretty well since, I mean, this guy is tiny too. We came up with that, Montannon Munny, and short for Mo Munny. We decided to give him like a character, kind of like a caricature style, you know, big afro, big nose, you know, extreme little things here and there. I wouldn't say I was trying to go for like a throwback 70s look. Definitely want to keep them in modern times, although not many people sport the afro anymore. I went and I researched afros, and the guy who had the most and best afros was Michael Jackson. Why don't we just jump into the actual making of Munny? We started off by doing some sketches of our future Montannon Munny, and at first we wanted to go for just a hip and cool look. So I came up with like some guy in orange suit, you know, looking fresh. But then we wanted to go more urban and more simple. We decided to go with using Super Sculpey. This stuff is great right here for working with Munny. I started working the face with the clay, then the nose, the mouth, and I was gonna paint his eyes. I wasn't gonna sculpt his eyes, but I just went with it. Wanted to keep the face consistent, everything 3D. After getting the main parts of the face on, it was time for refinements, which there was a lot of refinement work to do. After I finished refining the face, one of my favorite parts was boiling the face, and man, it was hot. So wear gloves. I didn't wear gloves. I don't know, I'm just crazy like that. The drying time was quick, so that was pretty cool. I like working with Super Sculpey. We have heard of baking, but we didn't want to risk this guy melting, so we researched a different way to treat the Sculpey. People boil it and it dries pretty quick. After it dried, I decided to work on the afro, and I was gonna work with it all in one piece, but I had to cut it in half because it was just easier like that. I look back at the clip of me working on it, and it's just a pain to watch. It was crazy. The major issue was, as you can see right here, getting the sides of the afro to hug the head, and working three-dimensionally was a challenge. I actually added texture to the afro. I used just like screwdriver or pliers, and I was just picking at it, you know, because we can't have that perfect microphone afro. Because the afro was in two sections, there was a line that ran right in the middle of Munny here, so it looked really funny. So I had to use the glue gun, get the glue gun around this line, and get extra afro fuzz, you know, paste it on just to play off that line. I needed to do a lot of refinements on the afro as well. You could see I'm pushing in pieces of white material just to paint black later on. It came time to use the airbrush. You can see me in the clip just mixing in 20 swatches, just trying to get a nice brown. Then I moved on to painting the tank top. I mixed the off-white color just to go with the skin tone. Didn't want to keep it bright white, it's just be too contrasty. During the process, it gave me motivation when people came to see him. It was cool because it just wanted me to keep going and finish him. We wanted to use the most important color of all on Montannon here, which is the signature orange that we use here at Belm Designs for our logo. If this guy wants to look fly, he has to have that fly orange. I love removing tape. It's really cool to see my work after it's dried. It's the easiest thing to do and it's the funnest. We had the initial idea of having the fro be detachable, but then we decided to just keep the fro on because it was so cool. Then we decided to put a tattoo, and it's not just any tattoo, it's the Belm Design logo tattoo. You gotta get the logo right because you can't mess with the logo. You gotta make it exactly the way that it looks, the proportion, size, the relationship between the visual and the type. All that's left now was the details. We had wanted to have Montannon to have the attitude, so we gave him the raised eyebrow. We wanted to give him a nice grin, just to give him more character. We gave him a mustache, but the first mustache made this guy look like he was a missing Mario brother or something, which was pretty funny to watch, but not funny to do over. But I'll just give a little word of advice. Do your research before you start messing with a character so that you don't make him look like something you don't want. But I'm happy with what we came out with. This definitely has motivated me to continue another character.